and welcome to Blockbuster review on Prudent Media. My name is Sachin Chatte and in this program we take a look at the latest releases. Today we will review the new Sunny Deol film called Batwara 1947 and the new thriller from J.J. Abrams' production, and it's called The End of Oak Street. First, let's take a look at Batwara. Based on Ashgar Wajahat's play Jis Lahore Nae Vekhya O Jamia Nae, Batwara 1947, like most films on partition, has its heart in the right place. But much like Main Wapas Aunga, which came out a couple of months ago, the film gets a little muddled when it comes to cinematic storytelling. The obligatory songs and romance don't really help. In fact, they dilute the film's essence and leave you desperately wanting the story to move on. At its core though, there is a strong message here about values, humanity and respecting one another. And Sunny Deol proves yet again that there is much more to him as an actor than being the man who can uproot a hand pump. This is one of his finest performances. A performance that goes beyond the 2.5 kilo ka haath and beating up half a dozen people in an action sequence. The problem is that beyond its central message of Hindu-Muslim unity, the plot doesn't have a great deal going for it. If you're going to revisit familiar ideas, you need to present them in a way that makes the scenes genuinely powerful. Unfortunately, those moments are few and far in between. There is one scene though that really stands out. A Hindu woman dies in a Muslim locality. The people who gather there for her last rites don't know what to do. Someone suggests that Ram Naam Satya Hai should be chanted as the body is taken to the funeral pyre. And you can see the predicament written all over their faces. It's easily the most powerful moment in the film. But here the story begins in Meerut on the eve of India's independence and eventually takes us to Pakistan. While India is in a celebratory mood, Hindu-Muslim riots are also looming on both sides of the border. Sikandar Mirza, played by Sunny Deol, is an entrepreneur and as patriotic as they come. Along with his wife Hamida, played by Preeti Zinta, and their 2 children, he is getting ready to celebrate independence when the riots bring the celebrations to an abrupt end. The family is forced to board a train to Pakistan, hoping that they will be able to return home soon. But once they reach a refugee camp in Lahore, they begin looking for somewhere to stay. A kind-hearted poet, played by Ali Fazal, offers them a haveli. There is just one problem. An old lady is already living there. She is called Mai, played by Shabana Azmi, and she is a Hindu woman and the actual owner of the house. With no kith or kin around, she continues to hope that a son will return someday. So far, so good. The film moves along quite smoothly, but then it gets stuck. Sikandar has already been established as a kind-hearted man. Yet, for some reason, he and his family want to throw this old lady out, who is simply minding her own business in her own house. The screenplay takes this detour so that Sikandar can eventually have a change of heart and start treating Mai like his own mother. Meanwhile, the local goon and aspiring politician played by Amyonyu Singh wants to get rid of Mai so that he can take possession of the property. And this becomes the central conflict of the film. The problem is that it is stretched out far longer than it needs to be. Sikandar's son, played by Karan Deol, also joins hands with the bad guys. And you know almost immediately where this is headed. He will eventually have a change of heart and return to his father's side and support him in the climax. The characterization, unfortunately, is quite inconsistent. The son gets separated from his family in India only to be reunited with them in Pakistan. And before the family can even celebrate the reunion, he has decided to join the evil forces. The poet disappears for a while and then suddenly returns to talk at length about his love life, seemingly just so that we can have another song because the music is by A.R. Rahman. There is also quite a bit of lecturing about the role of mother and a constant clamour for unity. Preeti Zinta, meanwhile, is largely relegated to playing second fiddle, while Sunny Deol carries the film. And he does it rather well. Whether it is an action scene or an emotional moment, Sunny Deol is very convincing. He even manages to keep his white shirt spotlessly clean after beating up an entire mob. Batwara 1947 ultimately leaves you with mixed feelings. You appreciate what the film is trying to say, its emphasis on humanity, compassion, and the values that bind people. But the storytelling needed to be much crisper. The film has the right message, it just takes too long to get there. I'm going to go with 2 out of 5 stars for Batwara 1947. And now let's take a look at The End of Oak Street. Produced by J.J. Abrams, directed by David Robert Mitchell, the guy behind It Follows, which was one of the best horror films of this century, The End of Oak Street is an old-school survival thriller and it's clearly paying tribute to Spielberg's dinosaurs. Abrams himself already did his own Spielberg homage with Super 8, think of E.T. meeting Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This time Mitchell jumps forward in Spielberg's timeline, but the setting, 1982, is the same year as E.T. and that is not an accident. We are in the Oak Street neighborhood. The Platt family is falling about. Greg, played by Ewan McGregor, and Denise, played by Anne Hathaway, are struggling in their marriage. Their kids, Brian and Audrey, already sense something is wrong. Greg says he has a job, but he's also delivering pizzas on the side. Denise isn't thrilled about that. She's got her own thing going. She's an aspiring novelist holed up in the basement, hammering away at a typewriter. The setup takes its time, slow burn, and that's the calm before the storm. Then one night, there are bright lights, a deafening roar. Even the family dog knows something is off. No proof of what caused it except a massive pile of poop on the neighborhood's lawn. It happens again and again until the entire neighborhood gets yanked back in time to the prehistoric era. Dinosaurs are roaming on the streets, just like Spielberg did with Jaws. Mitchell hides the threat at first. He builds the dread, doesn't show his hand. But eventually, we see them. Savage predators are out there on the street. A few plant eaters too, which the characters somehow identify with total confidence that they are vegetarian dinosaurs. And now there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The whole neighborhood is boxed in, forest on every side. Once you're in that deep, getting out isn't easy. The story bites off exactly as much as it can chew. It's touch and go the whole way. Part sci-fi, part fantasy, and somehow it finds its way out of the woods. Nothing here reinvents the genre. It plays it safe, and it plays it by the numbers, but it plays it well enough, and it's fun while it lasts. I'm going to go with 3.5 out of 5 stars for this prehistoric dinosaur era movie, and it's called The End of Oak Street. Well, that's what I thought of the 2 films that were released this week, and do let us know what you think, and I'll be back next week with more movie reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me.